Hi Leo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your August 2021 full moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, I want to apologize for my voice. I am getting over the flu, so do bear with me. Now let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Leo. How will Leo be affected by the August 2021 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. How will Leo be affected by the August 2021 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy. If we have that within our natal chart, that's going to be coming through as a rooting, a balancing, stabilizing energy for us. And then we have the Death card, which is Scorpio energy. Again, that's going to be coming through as a rooting, stabilizing energy if we have that within our natal chart. Then we have the Empress, the Four of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. If we're born on the cusp with Cancer, that's going to be coming through quite profoundly. This is also going to be linking us with the full moon in Pisces on the 20th of September. Our emotional self, we have the Five of Cups, and we have the Five of Wands. Now there's going to be an issue that arises around the heart that is going to lead to inevitable freedom, but we're going to find it something that is a bit intense, tricky. It could also be a little bit overwhelming to be dealing with, so do be mindful of that. Then we have in the public arena, we have the Six of Cups, and we have the Eight of Swords. So we can really get into our own head, especially around nostalgia and around things being better once upon a time. So do be mindful of that, and if that comes up, make sure to nip it in the bud. Now, we have the full moon in Aquarius, which is on the 22nd of August. We have the full moon always leading us to surrender to the divine, because that is where our power will come from. The full moon also always brings us face to face with conflicts around conflicting wants and needs. So around conflicting desires. So it's around our wants and our needs. It's around, our work life and our home life. It's around everything that brings us into conflict. So that energy is going to be coming up strongly. And then also there's an increase always with the full moon in intuition and emotional understanding. That's also going to be amplified because we're in the full moon in Aquarius. So this makes us very aware emotionally, spiritually of ourselves, our desires, of where we want to be, and also our intuitive self. Now this here says, show the world the real you. Stepping into our power, stepping into our emotional understanding, saying this is me, loud and proud, is going to be so important for who we are during this time, but also for the way that we want to project ourselves forward, the way we want to embrace our lives, our desires, our hopes, our dreams, and our wishes. By being open and honest with ourselves, it is going to be a game changer. Now, this full moon is going to be conjunct Jupiter, which brings optimism, generosity, good luck, and success. All the things that we want in life start coming forward, or at least the possibility of them start coming forward. This will bring opportunities of personal, spiritual, and material growth, which we are to take. This is not a time to say, oh, don't worry, this good luck will always be with me, or don't worry, these opportunities will always be here. No, it's kind of like carpe diem, seize the day now, take these opportunities. There will be this feeling of happiness and contentment, which can almost work against us at times, because it can make us feel, again, like, oh, I don't have to really go after it. But no, Spirit is saying here, especially for you, Leo, go after what you want. Open up that door. Now, with this, there's also this strengthening of relationships and this beautiful ability to find love. But with the sun being opposite Jupiter, this can bring us and everybody to over-optimism and also arrogance. So we want to really be mindful of the ego taking forward. And, taking over. There we go. Taking over and coming forward in a arrogant kind of lower energy vibration way, when we think, oh my gosh, everything's in alignment, everything's working perfectly, I'm going for it. We can be over optimistic, kind of overshoot, or think, the good things will always be coming. And we can also get arrogant. Now, it's not to think that the good things will end, but there's a real need to come to life at this time with gratitude, because this is a time to remember our blessings and come with thankfulness. So this is a time to embrace a gratitude journal, to embrace saying our blessings at night before we go to sleep, like I'm thankful for, XYZ. Now the sun is going to be, Venus is going to be trine Saturn, which is ideal for finding true love and commitment. Now our relationships will benefit from a sensible approach to love, this kind of pragmatic energy that comes over us, and also the steady affection. We're not afraid to show affection, and people aren't going to be afraid to show affection. Now, everybody will have their different ideas of affection that are perfect for them. Now, I was talking to a friend once, and he was saying how he finds it so hard to give a hug or, to say I love you. So for him, just saying it once or twice when he's with the person is a really big deal. For me, once or twice would be devastating. So we have to find that balance in relationships. Now, new romances can bloom during this time in profoundly unexpected ways. So keep your mind open. You can find your soulmate or start to align yourself with romantic energy, or just the energy of love that says, I'm ready for my soulmate. I'm ready to move forward and find that person that really compliments me, that really embraces me in life. But we're also starting to find that beautiful relationship with ourselves, or we're starting to amplify that to say, this is who I am, so that when we're in a relationship, we don't lose ourselves to the other person. Now, existing lovers and existing loves can really enjoy new closeness and greater connection. So this is going to be a time where we find ourselves reconnecting with our loved ones, not just our romantic partners, but with all our loved ones. Now, Mars is going to be trine Uranus, which brings us to excitement and adventure and initiative. It's like it's time to take action. You can find freedom and the ability to embrace adventures during this time. And it's like you need freedom during this time. You can't be held back. You can't be denied. You can't be told no. That's going to be something, I mean, especially for Leo, that's going to be something that when we hear no, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. So we have to be mindful that the things that we're kind of going after aren't just to prove somebody else wrong. So do be mindful of that. We have this strong instinct towards daring, and this is going to be the best moon to kind of take risks and go after what we want. Now, when we're going on these adventures, when we're going after what we desire, these can also be mental adventures. This could be that piece of work that you've, always wanted to do, or that, kind of book you've always wanted to write, or art you've always wanted to have, or programming you've always wanted to learn that you've been putting off, and now you're going to be like, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I can definitely move forward this way. This moon, again, makes us great risk takers, but we have to be mindful with the risks that we're taking, because, again, we can have arrogance, kind of an over-optimism come forward, which can kind of take things off route, And this will also be a time of increased passion within all our relationships, but also with our lives. So showing the world the real you really starts to amplify what you desire, where it is that you want to be, and really starts to say, you know what, this is what I want for my life. This is how I'm moving forward, and nothing and no one is going to stop me. It moves us now to the new moon on the 7th of September in Virgo, and the new moon always brings us to new beginnings. So the new moon is saying here, go after, there's a new start coming, walk through that door, go after beginnings. And this is a really exciting moon because it says it's a time to give rather than take, which can sound almost like a scolding, like it's time to give, don't just take. But it's going to be the sense of it's a time to give of our energy. It's time to give of our creativity. We've had enough time studying and learning and saying, oh, I just have to gain more knowledge to be able to step forward. It's like, no, now's the time to step forward. Now is the time to go after. Now is the time to open up that door. So it's a time to give of our energy rather than, taking more in. But it's also a time to understand that we have to find balance with what we're learning, with what we desire, with the way that we want to move forward. So there's going to be this giving and this taking that needs to be balanced within us. Now this new moon is exciting. The new moon is trine Uranus, which is extremely powerful. This brings rapid and positive changes and freedom into our lives. This makes us feel like new things and are capable, like we're capable of new things, and this makes us feel like stepping outside of our comfort zone, or like we can step out of our comfort zone and not have everything fall apart. This is going to be a great time for new adventures, which really is, started with the Mars trine Uranus, which is saying, kind of go for it, and we're going to see the new moon trine Uranus, really amplifying that feeling of going forward, of the adventure, of, taking that risk, stepping outside of the box. This is also going to be a great time for new inventions. So if we are trying to come up with a new idea, embracing the power of the new moon on the 7th of September is going to be a very powerful thing for us. This is the perfect time to widen our social circles and go outside of orthodoxy, really embracing different ideas, different understandings, really opening up our minds and new horizons to new people, but also to new things that inspire us. With the harmonizing aspect of Uranus, this is going to enhance our intuitive power, bringing us flashes of insight, meaning that our intuitive abilities, our psychic awareness is in a really good place on the 7th of September with this new moon and with the power around this new moon. So it's for a few days before, a few days after, there is going to be, or 2 weeks after, there's this real sense of this new moon inspiring, empowering us, but also connecting us with our greater intuitive power, our greater psychic power. This makes for a fantastic time for self-discovery and creative breakthroughs. This is also a great time for tackling issues that have been stumping us and holding us back in the past. Those projects that we've been putting off, those things that we've thought, oh my gosh, I just can't. Now we're going to say, oh yeah, I can tackle that. Oh yeah, I can go after that. This brings our gifts to the forefront, and this new moon really lets them shine. So when it says it's time to give rather than to take, it's time to give of our instincts, of our power, of our greater understanding, rather than saying, you know what, I just need to take more time, I just need to understand this better, I just need to hold back. No, now's the time to go for it. Then we have the full moon on the 20th of September, which is in Pisces, and this says balance spirituality with practicality. this is going to be the time where we start to see ourselves coming into harmony with ourselves, bringing the spiritual self, bringing the practical self forward, and saying there is space, there is beauty, there is understanding for both of you. And as we do this, we're going to have to see the energy to be mindful of during this Aquarius full moon. So what does Leo need to be mindful of during the Aquarius full moon? Angels and spirit guides. And we have Sir Nunus just drop right out. This is the devil. This is Capricorn energy. This is saying to us, be mindful. Every action has a positive or negative reaction. And this is going to be a time where we have to be aware of that we have the coupling of the two people here in lust or in love. It does not matter, but there's going to be a consequence to it. This is the god of chaos. So Nunus is a bit different than the devil because he is the Celtic god of chaos, of nature. And so here, nature will take its course in the way that, excuse me, that it sees fit. So do be mindful of this. There's going to be a bit of the unpredictable during this time. We're also going to find ourselves drawn to the unpredictable. And because we are drawn to risks by this new moon, by this full moon, we're going to see ourselves really needing to be aware of consequences with this freedom, with this change that we are embracing during this time. It's not saying not to take risks, but it is saying be smart about things, and be safe. So let's see our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Ooh. So right here, we have two that came out. We have the heart chakra and the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. The heart chakra is telling us to embrace love. The soul star chakra is saying soul's healing. There's going to be power that comes down that starts to heal us as we embrace love, as we embrace new ambitions, new intentions, and new ways forward. So really letting our heart chakra shine in love, in power, and in understanding of self is going to be so important, and being open to healing. We have temperance coming forward, which is balance. It is time to balance ourselves, to say, what is it that I desire? What is it that I want? What is it that I need? What is the harmony within me that moves me forward as I transform? And this balancing energy transforms because we have the teapot. We have the water, the hot water that is put in that becomes tea as it brews within the herbs. So this is going to be a time where we see our intentions brewing into something greater, but we need the balance of our emotions, of our tenacity, of our understanding, and ourselves to be in harmony. It leads us to a dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new. It leads us to a greater understanding of who we are. So we have this kind of transformative, balancing power here at our root, and it's amplified by the transformative power of the death card, of the sense that who I am as I walk into this time, as I am blessed by this moon, is not who I will be as I walk out of the blessing of this moon. We start to transform. We start to see ourselves more openly, more honestly. We start to really take risks and go after. And this becomes something that has us seeing who we once were, kind of left behind. And there can be some mourning over that. There can be a sense of, I'm not who I once was, and that is a negative thing. But there's also going to be the sense, and we have that in the public arena, that sense of nostalgia. But there is this sense here that I am breaking free in our inner selves and finding a throne I never knew got to be mine. And as we do this, we see ourselves charging forward above the chaos of emotions. During this time, we have the 5 of Cups. We have this sense of changing our minds and changing our whole entire lives. Our emotions can become chaotic, and we could have become very used to looking at the negative over the positive. And so with the Knight of Cups, it is saying here, take your blessing and move forward with it. Embrace healing, embrace love. We have the heart chakra with the green cape. We have the heart chakra coming forward. It is saying here, let love wrap itself around you. Let yourself move above the chaotic emotions of others and move into into the harmonizing aspect of yourself. In your inner self, you are going to be a warrior of your heart, of what you desire, of where your heart needs to be. So Leo, if you ask yourself emotionally, what do I want? What do I need? Emotionally, how do I move myself forward? That's going to be intrinsically important to your development during this time. We also have the stepping away from vampiric energy. This sense of who I once was does not get to be held back. No, does not get to hold me back. There we go. So when we have vampiric energy, these are people who leech away our positive energy. Now, this can be from people we're trying to help. They could be negative people who say, wow, I feel so much better talking to you. And you can think in your head, wow, I feel absolutely exhausted after talking to you. So they take away our positive energy. They take away our higher energy vibration. They feel better. We feel worse. We have to be mindful of that during this time, because everything has a consequence and we have to be aware of that. This is also the people who instilled doubts within us. That comes forward really if we don't deal with the vampiric energy in our inner selves. That's going to come out in the public arena really quite profoundly. So do be mindful of that. We need to look at the alignment of our own energy, of our own desires, of where we want to be, of how we want to move forward, and of who we are. The negativity, the hurtful, hateful words that people have spoken over us, that's their problem. It's not ours. So being able to understand that and embrace that reality is going to be transformative, because it's going to be like lifting a curse. Because what a curse is negative things that people have said to us or done to us that is played over and over again in our minds, making us think, I can't be loved because this person said I'd be an awful partner. I can't, have this happiness because the person said, you don't work hard enough, you don't deserve it. Now I'm shattering those lies and embracing my truth. And it leads us to the Empress. It leads us to claiming a throne we didn't know we lost, claiming a voice we didn't know we had, in a power, in an understanding that is so profound that it kind of takes our breath away. This makes us be able to move forward with confidence, with determination, with this insight and profound acceptance of success and bounty and desire. This has us looking at a new direction and saying, yes, I can. This also has us holding our heads up high and saying, I deserve bounty and success and blessings and beauty. I deserve to move forward towards my dreams and my goals without people getting to belittle me and hold me back. I break the bonds others have over me of doubt and despair, and I embrace the new found confidence that courses through my veins like, is it ichor? The blood of demigods that moves me forward in almost a superhuman way. And it leads us to our hearts saying, I change my mind and I change my life. I change myself from looking at what has hurt me, what has tried to destroy me, to looking at what has blessed me, what has moved me forward in joy and success and prosperity and glee. What gets to be the Two of Cups, what gets to be the healing, beautiful love that is a part of my life, my soul, and myself. And it brings us to the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is saying, yeah, but I have to fight. Yeah, but there's chaos here. And what this moon is saying is there will always be chaos, but I do not have to take part in it. I get to embrace my success, myself, my soul, my desire, the way I want to live my life. And the chaos, well, that can go jump off a cliff. I will be who I need to be. I will open up that door. I will go after what I need. Our hearts are going to look at the conflict that is within us, that is holding us back, that is making us doubt, that is making us fear, that is denying us. And it's going to also say, do not get involved in the conflict of others, because it will be very easy to throw our hearts into their conflict and make it our own, where it doesn't need to be. Excuse me. It moves us then to the Six of Cups. We're going to have the sense of nostalgia. Things were better when. We have to stop that. We have to step back from that. The Six of Cups is also going to say negativity that was spoken over us when we were little. We cannot let that be the power that guides us now, because there are so many blessings. There is so much power coming forward. We do not need to negate that from us. So this is a blessing. This is a bounty. This is a beauty that we need to embrace. We also need to look at the really good parts of yesteryear and take the smiles from them and not the sorrow. That's going to be very important, because we have the Eight of Swords. We can get too much in our own heads, and it's like a poison bite. It is a bite that can paralyze us. It is a bite that can destroy us. And so here, with the Eight of Swords, we need to understand that we ourselves can be our own worst enemies, holding us back from success and bounty and beauty, keeping us from where we want to be. So even though we have this kind of, Superman mentality during this time, what we need to step back from is the voice inside of our heads that says, oh no, you can't, or the people around us who are doubting us. The sense that when we go out to achieve what we have built within our mind, what we have set our hearts upon, we're going to talk ourselves out of it, or somebody's going to want to talk us out of it. And this is the time not to listen. This is the time to say, with practicality, I move forward towards my dreams. I look at the different avenues, but you don't get to take away my hopes, my desires, and my wish to be me. So many people, when I started this, they laughed. They said, what are you going to do, Dane? You're going to read tarot cards on YouTube. How ridiculous. And they mocked and they laughed and they said nothing would come of it. And now look at where we are. Look at the community that we have. And it's all thanks to you guys. So thank you all so very much. But do not let somebody stomp on your dreams. Do not let somebody take away a gift that is a beautiful part of your soul and yourself, and that gets to be expressed. Now let's see how the moon interacts with you during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Going to see how far this one goes. 2 extras. Fantastic. At our root, it says a new romantic cycle begins. Surrender. Surrender to the new beautiful glory of this chapter in your life. Of this chapter that this moon opens. The answers you need are coming. Growth. You will grow from what you discover. Nothing is set in stone. The void. Especially during the new moon, there's going to be this sense of, well, kind of like the die have already been cast. Like it is already done. But nothing is set in stone during this full moon, during the new moon, during the moon to come. There's always change. There is always flux. There is always becoming. That's what life is about. And so nothing is set in stone. Embrace the new moon. Embrace the spaces in between. It's kind of like everything can be said in between the words. The energy, the facial expressions, the power brought forward. Embrace the in-between and embrace the power that it brings you, that it bestows upon you. Our subconscious, well, not our subconscious, but our lunar public arena self. The emotions run high. Set boundaries. That is going to be so important, especially with people from the past. You might have somebody call you just like completely out of the blue. Oh my gosh, I've been thinking about you. It's so great to connect. And you're going to have to set boundaries because this person isn't going to have them. Creation, balance. Balancing the creation that this time offers, because again, a new romantic cycle is beginning, a new sense of falling in love, a new sense of being inspired. It's time to surrender to it. So much is being created if we balance. The answers we need are coming. Okay? It is time to grow. Nothing is set. Nothing is done yet. And it's the spaces in between that we get the most value from. Remember to set those boundaries, because again, emotions run high. We need boundaries. We need balance. But we need, most of all, to create during this time. The subconscious Luna message is nothing will come of this situation without patience. Nothing will come of this situation without patience of self, without understanding that Rome wasn't built in a day and it didn't fall in a day. Be patient. As we embrace patience, as we embrace understanding, our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the King of Wands, Be mindful of our own passion and tenacity. Be mindful of our own fieriness, but be mindful of the fieriness of others. The fact that we will be drawn to kind of like the person who seems like the biggest person on the playground, the person who seems to have all the power. This is going to be a time with the King of Wands that we need to understand the difference between power earned or authority earned and authority just given. And somebody during this time, they need to earn our respect and our power, and they can't just demand it. So that's going to be really important. It moves us to our subconscious chakra self, which is personal power, which is the solar plexus chakra. Following our gut, following our personal power, following our personal understanding is going to be intrinsic. It moves us to our subconscious rooted energy, which is the star, which is Aquarius energy. This moon is going to be more powerful than we know. It calls us towards our dreams and our wishes. It calls us towards our deepest desires, but it also has divinity looking at what we need instead of what we want, what we wish for deep down within ourselves that we might not be fully aware of. And so the needs versus the wants move us forward, inspire us, and guide us. This is a time when our subconscious inner self, as the Aquarius full moon shines deeply within our roots, guides us, moves us forward. We can feel inspired, but we can also feel profoundly introspective during this time. It moves us to our inner self, which is the Knight of Pentacles, slowly and steadily moving towards success, bounty, and what we desire. It's going to take patience because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. So it's not going to be the quickest thing. We have the Knight of Cups, that's the second slowest moving knight. It's not going to be the quickest time within us, but it is going to be a time of great prosperity, bounty, and abundance, of slowly and steadily moving towards our goals and what we want. It moves us then to our subconscious emotional self, which is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is knowing that it has been a hard road. We feel things rather intensely, and that's what the moon tells us. Emotions run high. Our emotions run astoundingly high. We cannot fall prey to what everybody wants and demands of us. We need to listen to ourselves, embrace our intuition, our greater understanding, and move forward in the power that offers. Not bending and breaking for everybody else. It moves us then to our inner self, to our public self, but also remember, we can get headaches during this time. Our body can feel achy, and that's because we are giving too much attention to what everybody else wants instead of what we want ourselves. It moves us then to our subconscious public arena, and that's the devil. We have to be very mindful of what we are addicted to tempting us. Now, this could be traditional addictions, drugs, alcohol, things like that. But this can also be the addictions of people pleasing, of giving up our drive for everybody else's, and looking to please everybody else but ourselves. This is going to be a time where we are tempted out of success. So do be mindful of that. We're being called to cut the puppet strings and be our own puppet master. Be our own person who guides us forward to success, bounty, and achievement. All right, Leo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the bounty and the beauty of this moon. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Leo, and may you have a blessed moon.